Let's face it, the world of business has completely changed. It's not just about surviving anymore. It's about really, truly thriving. And today, we're going to unpack the essential digital strategies that are going to be your roadmap to some serious growth.
All right, so here's our game plan. First, we're going to map out what this new digital battlefield looks like. Then we'll get clear on what digital marketing really is, build out your strategic growth toolkit, and I'll even show you how to use AI as your secret weapon. And then we'll wrap it all up with a 10-point action plan you can start using, well, today.
Okay, first things first, let's set the stage. I want you to think of modern business as this giant digital arena. And the real fight? It's for attention and it's for trust. See, if you're not visible online, you're pretty much invisible to a huge chunk of your market. This isn't optional anymore. It's absolutely essential for survival. Just take a look at this number, 5.56 billion. Let that sink in for a second. That's how many people are online across the globe. Your customers, your partners, your next big client, they are all in that crowd. So the big question is, can they actually find you?
And you know where their money's going? You guessed it. Online. Global e-commerce hit nearly $27 trillion in B2B sales alone. We're not talking about a few social media likes here. We are talking about real, massive commercial transactions that are happening every single second of every day. Now let's bring this huge global trend down to a more local level, just to see what it looks like. In a single country like Bangladesh, you've got 60 million people on social media. This just goes to show that it doesn't matter where you are. Digital platforms are where your customers are hanging out, searching, comparing, and ultimately making decisions.
So, this brings us to the one crucial question you have to ask yourself. In a marketplace this huge and this connected, is your business actually showing up where it really, really counts?
So, we've seen the challenge, right? It's huge. Now, let's talk about the solution. And the answer isn't just, oh, I'll post more on Facebook. No. It's about shifting from these kind of random digital acts to a cohesive, powerful system that's built for growth.
So what is digital marketing, really? Well, it's the planned use of online platforms to hit your business goals. Your professional website, your social media, your email campaigns. These are not separate things. They have to work together like gears in a single, powerful growth machine. And this chart just nails the difference. With digital, your reach is super precise, not just broad. You can literally measure every single click and conversion in real time, which you just can't do with a print ad, right? But here's the best part. You can adapt on the fly, which means every dollar you spend is working so much harder for you. Okay, so how do we actually put all this into practice? Let's get our hands dirty and assemble your growth toolkit. These are the essential components you need to drive real, measurable success. It all boils down to a pretty simple three-step process. First, you build a solid foundation. Second, you attract the right audience to that foundation. And third, you engage that audience and you turn their interest into actual business. Let's break each of those down. Okay, step one, build your base. Think of your website as your digital headquarters. It cannot be an afterthought. It has to be professional. It has to work flawlessly on a mobile phone, and it needs to be packed with trust signals, things like testimonials and clear contact info. This is ground zero for turning a casual visitor into a loyal customer. Now, for step two, attract your audience. A great website is, well, totally useless if nobody ever sees it. This is where search engine optimization, or SEO, comes into play. Simply put, SEO is the art and science of getting your business to show up right at the top of Google. When someone's looking for what you offer, you need them to find you, not your competitor. And you do that by creating helpful, valuable content that proves you're the expert. And finally, step three, engage and convert. This is the active part. This is where the magic happens. It means using social media to build a real community, not just to broadcast your sales messages. It means running smart, targeted ad campaigns and using tools like email and WhatsApp to nurture those relationships and guide people toward a sale. But hey, does this whole strategic approach actually work? You bet it does. Just look at this feedback from a business that went all in on this model. They talk about strategic insight and sustainable growth. See, that's what happens when you move from just random actions to a structured system. A plan that's well executed delivers real, tangible value. Every time. So we've seen how a structured system delivers results. Now, to take that to the next level, let's add a powerful new tool to our kit,
artificial intelligence. It's not science fiction anymore. For a small or medium-sized business, it's a massive force multiplier. And it's all about helping you work smarter, not harder. So what can AI actually do for you? Well, imagine having an assistant who can draft 5 different blog post ideas in seconds, or one who can write 10 different social media captions, each one tailored to a specific type of customer. AI can even dig through data to find keyword opportunities for your website that you probably would have missed. It's like having a brilliant, tireless team member who's just dedicated to speeding up your growth. Okay, we've covered the theory, we've talked strategy. Now it's time to get into the action. Here is your 10-point plan. These are the concrete first steps you can take to ignite your digital growth, starting right now. All right, let's start with the foundation. 1. Have clear goals. What do you want? Leads, sales, brand awareness. Get specific. 2. Know your customer inside and out. What keeps them up at night? 3. Your website is your foundation. I'm telling you, don't cut corners here. 4. Create content that actually solves problems, not just sells products. And 5. Treat social media like the business tool it is, with a clear strategy, not just posting whenever you feel like it. Now let's talk execution. 6. Test your ads small before you go big. Don't just throw money at the wall. 7. Measure what actually matters. Focus on leads and sales, not vanity metrics like likes. 8. Your customer data is gold. Seriously, treat it like a valuable asset. 9. Let AI do the heavy lifting, but always remember you are the one in control of the strategy. And number 10, and this might be the most important one, stay curious. The digital world changes daily, so you have to be a lifelong learner. So there you have it. You have the map and you have the toolkit. The journey to digital growth for your business, it begins with just one single step. Looking at everything we've covered today, what's your first move going to be?